Well, good morning, my ladies and my gents. Happy Sunday. Means we have another episode of Kits and Coffee. This will be episode number 10. Uh, Again, apologize about the fiasco of the numbering a few weeks ago. That got got out of hand. Anyway, uh, for those of you joining me for the first time, Paul over at Left Coast Model Car Builds has a weekly segment on Sundays that he calls Model Cars and Coffee, and it's basically kind of like, in real life, you go down to a local coffee shop, one of the better ones probably, or one of the only ones, and you'll see a half a dozen really nice classic cars. They may not be hot rods, they may not be the uh, ones with a radical cam, but they just might be a nicely maintained or nicely kept up, 1970s, maybe a Dart, maybe a Monte Carlo, something, of this nature. Just a really nice car. And they'll meet and they'll sit around a table, have fun, drink coffee, shoot the bull, swap stories, this type of thing. And it Paul, it seems that Paul has kind of based things on that, but instead of having a classic car that we take to coffee shop, we highlight some of our old builds that we've done. And well, so here we are. Today I'm going to do a custom Mack. I've got the kit right down here, so I'm going to be looking at it, reading the label off. It's the AMT Mack R685ST. It's that green, the one with the green truck on the box. If you go looking, I picked up a couple of them, and I was going to do something a little radical. I built about 2 years ago, about halfway through my modeling stuff, and I thought I was getting to be hot stuff. I mean, I've done some other things, and I was thinking, hey, this is really going great. I think I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I shouldn't have attempted it, and now I know what I would have done way different. But anyway, I wound up with a pickup, odd-looking little vehicle, but it's still kind of cool in a way. I used the bed from a Mobius F250 pickup. I don't know what, 68, 69, I think it was, something along in that era. And later I actually built the Ford, the F250, and I'm also looking at up here. I put on I basically fabricated a whole new bed to put on it, kind of a ranch flatbed on a pickup like you've seen, with a headache rack and everything. So I'll blab about that another time. But anyway, so let me get this thing turned around so that I don't make this too long after that 40-minute video I let go yesterday. I don't think y'all are that hungry to hear this old fart talk. So let me get this thing turned around, and we'll see what we got. Well, there he is, boys, in all his glory. What I laughingly call my rat Mack. It's not really a rat. It's a custom. But hey, I had some fun building it. It got a little frustrating at times. I couldn't figure out how to do the air cleaner to start with. So I couldn't figure out how to do it. I couldn't figure out, because it had the air intake, and I really needed to do something, and I couldn't figure out how to get the big barrel air cleaner like they have on the, for the kit. So I improvised. Let me see if I can get it to. I don't remember what kit I used it from, but I basically turned it sideways. Hey, it works. It does the job. So anyway, a few interesting little fun things. I picked up from Hiro Boy overseas, over in England, some of these. I got a little bit of dust on that window. But I picked up some of those seat covers. Yeah, I got glue spots, and you can see them in there. And I customized the seats. I used, this one of them I used? Yeah, I used a photo etch steering wheel in there. Yeah, more. I thought I got all the dust off of it. Apparently not. But yeah, I used I think it's a Spider. But yeah, here we go. Tires are oh, I can't remember the brand. But they're those 19 and 22 inch. In order to get everything to line up right, I fabricated the frame, cut it, inverted, cut, added to, took care of, and basically lifted the whole back end. It also gave room for the back end to be off the, basically get it where I'm not sitting like this with it. I didn't want that. I wanted it low. I didn't want it jacked up. So what I should have done, to be honest, and looking at it in hindsight, and I can see a few spots that I missed paint for scraping off to mount it, is I should have cut, when I was doing the frame here, I should have cut it so that the cab actually sat here where it belonged. But hey, I learned a lot on this. And I also learned it got kind of frustrating. Oh, the exhaust pipes. Let me look over here at my stash, get my glasses on so I can see. They have a Italieri has got that truck accessories set number 2. It's one with the truck crane in it, and it's got some other parts and wheels and exhausts, and I decided to use that exhaust for it, and I had to do a little bit of plumbing here and remanufacturing, and of course I had to stretch out the steering mechanism, but I forgot to put any kind of a gear shift linkage between the cab and here. But like I said, I learned. Excuse me. One interesting thing, to finish up before I get into that, the back end, picked these up, the mud flaps. I think I got them at Hyro Boy as well. These are the photo etch letters in a Mack R600 kit photo etch set for detailing, and I used that. This came off with the steering wheel. And of course, Gopher Racing. I was an honor student. I don't know what happened. Yeah, that's me. I put one of the fuel tanks in the bed, mounted it up, because you gotta have a fuel tank, and I didn't want it hanging off the side. But on the front, I used some more of the photo etch lettering on the front there. I'm kind of pleased with the suspension. I used the kit axle and steering mechanism, but the actual springs, let me see if I can get it to come in a little bit better. The actual springs, get my finger here, I made the curved leaf spring, and I made the brackets here, drilled them out, everything. I made those and got it all set up, and I realized when I was getting things looked at that I missed painting the bottom of that. I probably should ought to go through, but hey, shock absorbers are from the kit, but let's see, not wanting to knock anything off. The steering mechanism here is from the kit. I replaced what came with it with this aluminum rod. I think it was a brass rod that I painted aluminum. And I used the photo etch. I just had a marker light come off. I used the photo etch R600. I know it's a 685, but then I decided I was going to do, I spray painted the top gray with rattle can, and I thought, well, let's see what happens. And so I took and sprayed the bottom half with rattle can and got this interesting blending effect. So it was actually kind of a neat thing. Anyway, what I was going to talk about a minute ago while I'm thinking about it, you'll notice that I have a gold bulldog. I painted the bulldogs on the side gold. With Mack's, first of all, the engines are gold. Go online, look it up. Look at the pictures, I should say, and you'll see that the engines are gold with silver and sometimes black accents, and transmission was silver or aluminum color, and that's what I've got these painted as. But the Bulldog is a significant thing. If you have a gold Bulldog as an ornament on your Mack truck, it means that all of the running gear, from the engine all the way back to the rear ends, are all Mack products. There's no other products in it. If you have a silver Bulldog on your truck, it means somewhere in the running gear it is not a Mack product. It could be, instead of a Spicer transmission, which is a Mack, you would have something like maybe a Road Ranger transmission. Maybe you've got, the horror of horrors, you decide you want a Cummins in your Mack truck. It's not a Mack engine. Well, you'd have a silver Bulldog. You want an Eaton Fuller rear end instead of the Mack rear ends, the Spicer rear ends. You'd have a silver dog. But if you have all Mack parts, you put a gold dog on your truck. And so that's what the meaning is of that. So, but anyway, like I said, I want to try to keep this thing short. I'm running over 10 minutes as it is. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Well, head on over to vcgresins.com. Josh has got some new stuff dropping today. I don't know exactly when. He hasn't told me. He says it's a surprise. So we'll all find out together. But when you get done, go over there, get done shopping, and you go to the checkout page, you'll see a little box that says promo code. Put in Jester10, Jester 10, and get 10% off your order. Who doesn't love saving money? So anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I have yammered on long enough. B-Tex, signing out.